It's National Call a Cop on His Bullshit Day. Let me tell you, there's nothing worse than an arrogant cop with a bruised ego. Today we're talking about exactly such officers, some of whom have gone so far that they should go to prison because of it. Let's go to the videos. On February 22nd, 2022, Officer Michael Kinsley from the Dickinson Police Department showed up at a scene where a 65-year-old man named Michael Surlock had been hit by a pickup truck while riding his bike. When Officer Kinsley got there, he found Michael lying on the ground, struggling to get up. Michael's bike was flipped over and the guy who had hit him was there trying to lend a hand. But instead of checking if Michael was alright or needed medical help, Officer Kinsley seemed to make up his mind that Michael was fine, even though it was clear that he was hurt. Michael tried to get back on his bike to head home, but Officer Kinsley stopped him. He told him he couldn't leave until they wrapped up their investigation. Things just started to get more complicated from there.
I said I was.
You alright?
Go ahead and get together. He's being stubborn about getting checked out, but you say he alright.
I'm all right.
We'll just.
You alright?
I told him I want to take
No,
him down.
I ain't all right. I need about $1 million, and then I'll be all right.
Well, you ain't getting that, so.
Well, no,
Trying to get him. He's always
you
up and
go,
down my
you go ahead
street,
and
so
get that.
I want to get you down.
I got that, I can put that on.
Okay.
Even though it's a complicated son of a...
Well, so what do you want to do?
63, he's not injured, no ambulance needed. Can you run Michael Surlock?
I don't think
Got the tools at the house, you know.
you didn't do that on purpose.
No, sir.
63, did you get my last transmission?
I'll come by
Stop
you.
by the house. You know where I be.
I'm glad that you are somebody I know.
Hey, hold on. Don't go anywhere yet.
What do you mean don't go anywhere yet?
Exactly what the I mean,
said-
don't go anywhere yet.
Hey, what the have I done?
I was.
What?
What happened?
He hit me accidentally.
right there in the
EMS is not
driveway.
needed.
I was looking that way to go, and I was starting to ease out. And the next time I see a flash in front of him, he goes.
I was worrying about
pumped
flat. Now, I ain't worried about a flat. Look at that wheel. Whee! I got fix a flat in that son. And it ain't supposed to fix the spots in the tire. It here is the tube to the tire. That son of a is leaking down. Boom, bang. All right, am I through?
No,
What have I got to do?
you gotta wait here
What for? Tell me.
till we finish our investigation.
Investigation? There ain't.
Matter of fact, have a seat. Have a seat on the curb.
Matter of fact, I was out there laying.
Have a seat on the curb.
You're not listening to me.
Have a seat
That's
on the
what you're
curb.
supposed to do.
Have a seat on the curb.
She hit me, he hit me, and I thought he saw me.
It was pretty clear right off the bat that Michael was intoxicated. But being intoxicated doesn't mean the cops should have skimped on helping him, right? As Michael started searching for the stuff that had scattered from his bike basket, Officer Kinsley's reaction was way over the top. He handcuffed Michael and threw him to the ground, which seemed really harsh, especially since Michael was already hurting from being hit. When Officer Kinsley tackled him, Michael even passed out for a bit. Despite this, Officer Kinsley and another cop who showed up didn't offer any help or call an ambulance. Instead, they arrested Michael without really looking into what happened. Sure, it wasn't great that Michael was intoxicated, but he wasn't a danger to anyone. He wasn't driving a car, he was just on a bike. Plus, he wasn't even moving on the road when he got hit. He was standing still in a parking lot. Doesn't it seem like the guy who had hit Michael, who was just standing there, should be the one in trouble?
Hey, have a seat on the curb.
I'm
Are
gonna
you
look
coming?
for my stuff, young man.
All right, turn around.
Come on, now, wait a minute.
Hey, relax.
What are you doing?
Hey,
Hey,
you're gonna have a seat. Sit down.
I'll try to have a seat if you'll let go of me. You don't hold me.
We need him now.
63, go ahead, roll an ambulance.
We need him now.
63, go ahead, roll.
Is he out? Is he out? You know his name?
Michael Surlock, I believe.
Is he drunk? Is he drunk?
I don't know. I tried to get him to sit down because it looked like he was gonna walk away. He wouldn't do it, so now I told him, put your hands behind your back and start resisting.
Let me get his information so I can get him out of here. You good holding him? You want some gloves or something?
You got a car, don't you? A car for what? To get me home.
No, I don't have a car to get you home in. Come on.
Mr. Skurlock, you have the right to remain silent. You have the right to a lawyer. You have the right to have a lawyer present at any interview at the place or district attorney. You have the right to terminate any interview at any time. You don't have to make a statement, but I must warn you, any statement you make can and will be used against you. You're charged with public intoxication. I'm going to set a bond of $581. Can you make bond, sir? I take that as a no.
I got beat on this today.
I mean, sign that, fill that out. If it has any information, we'll go from there.
Man, I ain't.
No, you're getting out.
You get signed right here for me. Do me your name on that the best you can.
Man, I can't see. I can't see.
Although Officer Kinsley did call for an ambulance later, he didn't make sure Michael got the medical care he clearly needed. You're a first responder for a reason. Michael ended up refusing help from the EMS and was taken to jail despite having a visible wound and showing signs of a brain injury. While a jail worker was reading out his rights and other stuff in the hallway, Michael could hardly stand up. Soon after, he collapsed to the floor, grabbing onto a bench to keep himself upright. The cops just stupidly assumed he was too intoxicated, ignoring the fact that he was in bad shape because he had been hit by a pickup truck and then knocked out when Officer Kinsley aggressively arrested him. Despite Michael showing extreme confusion, having trouble walking, and saying he couldn't see properly, the jail staff didn't give him any medical help either. Michael tried to stand by holding onto a bench and kept saying he was really hurt and everything was painful. However, a cop just told him to be quiet. Instead of getting him the medical help he needed, the authorities in Dickinson just released him and drove him home. Later, Michael had to be admitted to the ICU for internal bleeding in his brain. After all that happened with Michael Surlock, Officer Kinsley wasn't fired. In fact, he was promoted to sergeant. Every cop should go to prison for this, yet despite everything, all charges against him were dropped by the department. What do you think about all that? Shouldn't there be serious consequences for the cop after all this?
Okay, payment plan or this?
Yeah, payment plan.
Okay.
Oh, how am I here?
You got arrested for public intoxication yesterday.
I got beat on this today.
Have you sign that, fill that out, if it has any information, we'll go from there.
Man, I ain't got no way out of here.
No, you're getting out.
You getting out? Sign right here for me.
Oh, God.
Do me your name on it the best you can.
Man, I can't see.
Huh?
I can't see.
Right here. Sign your name the best you can.
Okay.
Okay. Just sit right there on the bench for me.
I think this one got, I think this is,
God, mighty.
that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay, hey, you're gonna have to be quiet.
I see that.
You have to be quiet right at court. Destiny, come on.
I can't come on.
The judge is out here.
No.
When this man headed off to work, he had no clue he'd end up getting pulled over and ticketed by a cop for no good reason, making him late for work. But let's back up and see how it all unfolded. A supervisor instructed a rookie cop to pull the man over for supposedly making a risky and sudden lane change. The supervisor claimed that the man had cut him off and was a hazard to other drivers. Even though that wasn't true, the rookie cop just took his boss's word for it and didn't bother to check the man's side of the story. The man insisted that he hadn't done anything wrong and was simply on his way to work, but the rookie cop wouldn't listen. Just because someone is in charge doesn't mean they're always right, does it? Unfortunately, the rookie cop made a big mistake by issuing the man a ticket and insisting he sign it. This only added to the man's frustration because he was already late for work and now had to deal with a court visit and a fine, all because a cop decided to let his ego get the better of him that day.
All right, Mr. Marcy, I'm Corporal Hobby,
Macy.
Gwinnett County Police Department.
Macy.
All right, this gentleman right here, SO Unit 151, which is Captain Miller of the Sheriff's Office, said he observed the following violation of an unsafe lane change towards his vehicle, which caused him to move off the roadway slightly. He said he hit his lights on to try to get you, let you know. At that point there, that's when you came behind him, flipped your high beams on him. I put notes in the call saying that you tried to call 911 as well.
I was on the phone with 911 and they told me to get the license plate number.
We got him from Barrow County or Gwinnett County?
Gwinnett County. They didn't even know he was pulled me over.
That's fine. But up to that point there, he observed an unsafe lane change which caused him to shift to the left, okay?
It never happened.
Well, I'm just, sir, I'm not here to argue with you. That's fine.
Well, why didn't he pull me over then? Why did he let me keep on going down the road?
Because he's trying to get to class, I believe.
Huh?
So he was trying to just let you know that you just cut over out of
So when 911 tells me to get a license plate number because they don't know who he is, he's in an unmarked vehicle. They didn't even know that he had me pulled over. That's why. And then they said
he was on actually phone 911 as well. Here's the deal.
Okay.
All right.
So now I get I'm going to get a ticket.
No, hear me out, please. Okay, let me talk. Okay. All right. This gentleman had an observation. He believes in violation of law. Okay. I'm issuing the citation there. All right. All you got to do is call the recorder's court number. It's circled right there. Get the citation number at the top. They're going to tell you how to take care of it. You can take care of it before May 15th.
What is it?
For unsafe lane change. You can go to court that day, or you can pay it online, whatever you want to
So
do.
because he missed class, he's going to give me a ticket.
No.
Well, he didn't pull me over the first time, he's saying.
He was trying to get you out of the way, but when you start flashing your lights behind
So
him,
he was trying to get me out of the way.
No.
You just said that. He was trying to get me out of the way.
He was trying to let you know that you cut off a police car, sir.
Well, I didn't pull up. I didn't cut off a police car.
And that's what the court date's for you to decide right there. You're innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Because he's a captain. So now, because he's a captain, he's going to tell you what's going on, and then you're going to write me a ticket.
I work for a different agency, sir, but I will take the word of another law enforcement officer. Again, all this is just probable cause that a violation took place. The court date
I don't care what it is. It's still a ticket.
Well, here's the deal, sir.
Because I'm trying to do the right thing, trying to make sure society's right. You're going to give me a ticket.
All right, sir.
And because he's a captain, he's going to try to throw his weight around. That's all it is.
Sir,
you know that's what it is.
No, it's don't.
Yeah, y'all do it. Y'all do it.
Sir, I'm trying to be nice and explain you the citation. Okay?
You can be mean. I don't care.
Okay.
I'm already late for work.
Okay.
Just like he's late for his meeting, I'm late for work.
Okay.
So now we're both even. Except for he's got one up. He's going to give me a damn ticket.
It's a
Which
citation.
is BS, because I was trying to do what the 911 officer told me to do. They told me to get his license plate number. I couldn't see it. I flashed my light, and then I shut it right off. I didn't have it on long.
Sir, this is discussion that can happen during court that day. This is not saying you're guilty. This is just a summons of the ticket to go to court.
Yeah, I got to go to court. So now I miss another day of work.
Your option is you can take.
Yeah, I can pay a damn ticket for something I didn't do.
Okay, well, I don't
because
know,
this
sir.
asshole got to miss his class.
Sir.
The real issue here is that the rookie cop seemed to forget that his job is to uphold the law, not just follow orders from his bosses, especially if those orders don't make sense. That's what separates a not-so-bad cop from a really bad one. A not-so-bad cop steps in to stop the wrongdoings of the others on the force. In this case, the rookie had no business giving the man a ticket because he didn't actually see the supposed lane change. How can he be so sure that the man did something wrong? Yet he went ahead and not only wrote the ticket, but even threatened the man with jail if he didn't sign it. How do you like them apples? This just shows that some cops really don't know where to draw the line. They push too far, ignoring what's fair and right just to flex their authority.
And he wants to pull his weight around. They didn't even know who he was. I'm trying to do the right thing because one of your officers at dispatch asked me to do something.
Okay. Again, there's two sides to every story, and that's what this.
No, that's the truth.
I don't know.
That's
sir.
the truth.
That's fine, sir. Here's the
Well,
deal. You can sign this.
that's the
right
truth.
there. It's not an admission of any guilt. It's receiving a copy.
I don't even know who you are. I don't even have your card. Because you got a badge on doesn't mean shit to me.
Okay, well, I'm Corporal Michael Hall of Gwinnett County Police Department. You're recording the conversation, I see, so you know who I am. All right.
But you didn't see the incident, did you?
That's right. He did.
Then why are you giving me a ticket?
I put his information out here.
It doesn't matter. He's not. You're not the officer to pull me over.
Can you sign the citation?
I'm not signing it because
right,
you're not the officer that didn't pull me over.
All right, listen to me, sir.
And I was on 911. I did exactly what they asked me to do.
Okay, but up to that point, there was a violation of law.
No, there wasn't.
He made an unsafe lane change.
No, I did not.
That's fine.
I did not.
Let me explain your options here, sir.
Well, did you see it? Did you see it?
I already explained to you. I did not.
Okay, then why are you giving me a ticket? I'm not signing a ticket unless it's from him.
Let me explain something to you, sir.
No, I'm not signing it unless it's from him. You didn't see anything.
Here's your options, sir.
No, my options are I'm not signing it because you didn't see it.
Sir.
You did not see it.
Listen to me, please.
You didn't see it.
Stop and listen, please.
I was trying to do the right thing. This is all going to the... I'm going to send this to the news, too.
That's fine. Listen to me.
Because I'm trying to do the right thing.
Sir, listen to me, please.
I'm trying to do the right... Why don't you listen to me?
I'm listening to you.
Are you a civil servant or not?
I'm a police officer.
Okay, then you're a civil servant.
I'm a police officer.
I'm trying to vent to you and tell you exactly what happened. And you're not listening to me. You're going to take his side and you're going to give me a ticket that he's never going to show up for because he's probably got a meeting.
All right. Are you done, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the options here. You can sign this citation right here, saying that you can.
I'm not signing it.
The other option is you're going to have to go to jail and post a cash bond.
For what?
Because you have to sign a ticket.
Why do I have to sign it?
Because
you didn't see it.
Here's the deal.
You didn't see it.
On behalf of this officer, it doesn't matter.
Yes, it does matter.
It was done the immediate presence of this officer right here.
Huh?
It was done the immediate presence of this officer right here.
Well, I don't know who he is.
Sheriff's office, he's got his ID right
there. Because he's a captain? Now you're going to do what a captain tells you to do.
A certified peace officer was in his presence under the law. Yes, the citation can be issued. So here's the option. Sign the citation.
So why wasn't I pulled over the first time? Because he was trying to get a class?
I can't explain that to you, sir.
So now, after the fact, that I did what another officer told me to do.
I need you to sign the citation, please.
I'm not signing it.
All right, sir. That's your option? You want to sign it?
It's not from him. It's not from him.
It's your choice, sir. Okay.
Well, am I going to jail?
There you go, sir. There's driver's license copy citation. This deputy said it's right. Refused to sign on the citation. Have a nice day.
This cop pulled over an elderly lady and demanded she get out of her car, all because she wouldn't hand over her ID. She knew she hadn't done anything wrong, and her refusal seemed to really bruise the cop's ego. He was hell-bent on showing her he still had power. He insisted that it was his right to ask for her ID, but that's not exactly true. According to the Fourth Amendment, he should not be asking anyone for their ID unless they've broken the law. Am I right? Oddly, this cop seemed to forget he swore to protect everyone's constitutional rights, and now he was acting like those laws didn't even apply. What he didn't expect was that this woman was a legal expert and wasn't about to give up her rights so easily. She even asked him to call his supervisor, but instead, he tried to bargain with her, saying he'd call the supervisor if she just gave him her ID. But making deals isn't part of the job, bucko. It's his sworn duty to follow the law as it is.
Yes,
So
and you are normally
can
not
go
here.
into any private parking lot and harass people.
That's not what I'm doing.
That's exactly what you're doing.
Those are your words,
and
not
you're
mine.
pouting because you're not getting your way.
I'm not pouting.
So you're going for my ID like a pussy.
I have a right to ask for anyone's ID I come in contact with.
You can ask anything.
Okay. Can you step out of the car for me?
For what?
You're not going to be placed in handcuffs, but you are being detained.
For what?
I would feel
I'm
more
sitting
comfortable
here.
if you
I'm
stepped out of the
detained.
car. Okay?
For what?
Step out of the car.
You're not going to arrest me, so
I'm
why
not
do
going
I
to
need
arrest
to get out of the car?
I need you to get out of the car.
For what
so
reason?
we can have a conversation.
Please get your supervisor.
We need to have a conversation.
We need to talk to your supervisor.
And we can make that happen.
Get your supervisor. Please call your supervisor.
I will do that once you hand me your ID. I'll make that deal with you.
Please call your supervisor.
For a separate crime, do what you need to do.
So we need to give
You
a reason.
already know we've been talking this to death.
And you want him here because why? You don't think you have the, you don't think you have to
Because
give
you're
me your
full of
ID?
shit. So we
Okay.
need somebody better than you in charge.
Okay.
That's what they're there for.
Okay. I'll get my supervisor en route.
Thank you.
And he'll tell you the same thing I did. 17 Charles, 210 Charles. What's up? Yeah.
Yeah.
17 Charles to any C detail supervisor. Gotta get one of you to respond to the scene. My citizen is requesting a supervisor. Staring at me, starts recording me. Basically is just being very resistant to my questions, which was just to figure out why she's here. While we're talking, a guy comes out of the building. He says he has a key to the building, shows me it works, it does. I get him ID'd, he gives me his ID right away. He's got no history. She's basically just saying that because, I mean, I have reasonable suspicion that she's here doing something because there is normally not here. I don't ever see this car here.
Despite the woman's firm stance, the cop decided to call his supervisor. But while on the call, he twisted the truth, trying to paint the woman in a bad light to make himself look good before his boss even arrived. He claimed that the woman was acting suspiciously because she was staring at him, filming him, and not answering his questions. You know, all of those things are legally protected. He even said it was strange because he'd never seen her around there before, which is pretty effing ridiculous. First off, everyone has the right to go wherever they want in public, right? Secondly, it shouldn't matter to a cop whether someone is in a place for the first time or the umpteenth hundredth time. What's the big deal here? The woman explained that she was just visiting her brother, but the cop wouldn't back down or apologize for overreacting. Instead, he just left, still insisting she was acting suspicious. Visiting your brother is hardly suspicious. This cop's behavior is so over the top that it's hard to see why he's still in this job. We really don't need cops like this around.
And I tell her, I'm explaining that because I have reasonable suspicion, I have the right to request her ID, and she's like, no, you don't. You only have the right to ID me if you charge me with a separate charge or something like that. She has no idea what she's talking about. And Malone's here now, and he's explained the same thing to her, and she's asked for a supervisor multiple times, and now she's demanding you come here because she needs someone here.
Or you would be doing it right now.
Here's what I encourage you to do, okay?
Do it right now.
I already have. I've asked you for your ID at least 10 times, and you've refused every time.
Right.
So
then you punitively detain me.
that's not
because you know
that's not
gonna
punitive.
do it.
So
Yeah, that's punitive.
I encourage you to look up the statute about that.
I encourage you to.
Whenever you leave.
You're the one that's supposed to know.
And I do know.
Then you're either lying to me or you're ignorant to it.
Okay.
You choose which one looks
You can
best
believe
to
whatever you want to believe. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not going
All
to tell
right.
you otherwise.
Bye, everybody.
But you and Todd are free to leave.
Thank you.
Absolutely no history. She's just being difficult.
Yeah, she's being. Yeah. I was like, dude, she got warrants or something.
That's what I thought
What's
too.
going on? But I mean,
that's how the sovereign citizens
yeah
go, though. They just want to get a rage at somebody.
How'd you ID it? Through him?
TLO. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, they have history.
His relationships, because I got his. He just gave me his ID.
Yeah.
Pulled him up, looked at the first person with the same last name that was around the same age.
Yeah.
She was the first person that pulled up.
Easy enough. Craig, like, I'm not coming up there.
No, Craig just said just tell her she can leave, and then if she...
Now here's a story about some cops who pulled over a guy in the middle of the night for routine traffic control. You don't need to be a legal expert to realize that this reason doesn't even exist. Cops in the US need a legitimate reason to stop anyone, and clearly this wasn't one. Interestingly, after they realized that the guy was perfectly fine, they let him go. That alone makes you question why they stopped him in the first place if their initial concern was supposedly to check if everything was okay on the road. But the situation got even worse. They detained the guy for no real reason, and understandably, he got pretty upset. Imagine being stopped by a couple of cops in the middle of the night out of the blue and having your freedom to move around just taken away. When the guy rightly questioned why he needed to show his driver's license since he hadn't broken any law, one of the cops lost his cool and actually forced the car door open. Now that's something the cop could be sued for because it's a direct threat to the citizen's safety. And a little piece of advice, always remember to lock your car doors if you ever find yourself in a situation like this, when the cops stop you without any clear reason.
I would just like to know why I'm being pulled over.
We're doing a roadside safety check.
Okay.
Okay.
Am I being detained?
What's that?
Am I being detained?
Well, right now we're just conducting our job, making sure
Okay.
that everyone's on the road driving safely.
Okay. Is that
Yes, you can. You are not free to leave right
so far? Everybody's being safe. Am I being detained then?
now. You're not free to leave.
Am I
Okay?
being detained? If I'm not free to leave, then you're suspecting me of committing a crime. Then am I being detained?
Making sure that everybody's driving safely.
Oh, I understand. Thank you for.
Now, I've explained
for doing
myself.
your job. Absolutely.
Okay. And we do have the legal right to stop you right now.
Oh, I believe this is
Okay, hold on,
unconstitutional,
hold on,
but.
I'm speaking. Now, like I said, I've asked you for your driver's license and proof of
You
insurance.
actually didn't
Now,
ask
please
me
give it
for
to me.
my driver's license, but I'm actually not obligated to provide that if I'm not being detained.
What? You are
Whoa,
obligated.
whoa,
You're
whoa.
obligated. Get out now.
Whoa.
Get out now. Driving's a privilege,
Sir.
not a right. I'm telling you to get out right now.
Excuse me, I'm not.
We asked for your
resisting at all.
license and insurance. Yes, you are resisting
I can
at this
provide.
point.
No, sir, I
Then
can
give us your
provide it.
license and insurance,
Absolutely.
like he was asked.
Absolutely, sir. This is my license here.
Okay, now get your insurance. That's
Okay.
required by law.
All right.
Driving's a privilege, not a right.
Absolutely, sir. I completely
We're not going to
agree.
sit here and debate with you.
Okay, well,
This cop practically barged into the guy's space, leaning right into his car and shouting so loudly that the guy felt pressured to hand over his license and insurance. But even that wasn't enough for the cop. He then started grilling the guy about his address. The guy, knowing his rights, told the cop he preferred to remain silent as the Fifth Amendment allowed him to do so. Then the officer actually asked him what the Fifth Amendment said. Really? Shouldn't a cop already know this stuff? It's pretty concerning to think that someone who doesn't know such basic laws can work as a public servant and a law enforcement officer. What a joke.
this is very unconstitutional what you're doing.
No, you know what?
And-
This is not unconstitutional. I already explained it to you. Driving's
Sir,
a privilege and not a right.
Understood. This is my driver's
Good.
license. My
Thank
insurance
you.
Card. You're welcome.
That's what you're required to do to drive in Illinois.
Sir,
Do you understand that?
Absolutely.
Do you understand
I would
that?
also like to inform you that you are being recorded right now.
Good.
Okay. Can I please
You were
shut my
asked.
door?
No.
Since I'm not being detained.
No.
What am I being detained for exactly, sir? If I am
We
being
asked for your
detained.
driver's license and insurance card, which you're required to have when you drive in the state of Illinois.
Understood.
Correct?
Correct. That is correct.
That's
and
what
I
you
do.
were asked
And I
for.
do have that. Correct. I did.
I don't know. I'm looking at it. You refused to
I
provide
did
it
not
originally,
refuse.
didn't you?
Absolutely not. I did not refuse anything.
Is this
I
your
said-
current address?
I asked. I would not like
Is
to
this
answer
your
any-
current
I'd like to
address?
remain silent, sir, unless I have an attorney present.
Is this your current address?
I would like to remain silent, sir. I would like to exercise my Fifth Amendment right.
Do you have a more current insurance card?
I would like to exercise my Fifth Amendment right. Everything there is completely valid and legal, and I'd like to exercise my Fifth Amendment right from here on out, unless I have
sorry,
an
what
attorney.
was that?
I would like to exercise my Fifth Amendment right from here on out,
What
unless
does
I have
the
an
Fifth
attorney.
Amendment say?
That I have the right to remain silent.
Really?
Absolutely.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Am I free to
Proceed
leave?
on. Yes,
Thank
now you
you.
are.
You guys have a great night.